everybody, welcome to Tune of the Month and Happy May! This month I have for you a beautiful expressive tune. I've been playing lots of these lately. In fact, one of my upcoming 4-week online seminars is all on expressive tunes starting this week. So if you're viewing this week, the 1st of May, you can join us for that. But this is probably the first expressive tune I ever learned off of a recording. Yeah, I think that's true. I first heard it on Natalie McMaster's Fit as a Fiddle album, which I'm sure many of you know and love. But it's actually one of these tunes that is found all over the fiddle world. They play it in Ireland, they play it in Scotland, they play it in Cape Breton. It comes out of, I think the earliest source is the Neil Gow's 3rd collection in Scotland. But it's a beautiful one. It's called Over the Moor Among the Heather. And I'm going to play it the way the McMasters do. Buddy McMaster used to play this all the time. And Natalie's version is very like his. My version is very like theirs. Here it is. Over the Moor Among the Heather. That's the tune. If you're just here to listen, thanks for stopping by. And if you're ready to learn it, grab your instrument. Let's do it. Okay, So I call this an expressive tune up front, and that's because it's one of these tunes that can be played so many different ways. And you notice I really evolved it as I played it through, a la the McMasters and many before them. The first time I played it through, it was very much in the vein of a slow air, right? Beautiful long notes, using little ornaments, little bits of vibrato to decorate it. And then the second time through, I added some extra notes in and kind of moved it along and used a lot of that tea-tum rhythm that if you follow either Tune of the Month or Scottish/Cape Breton music, you recognize as the Scottish snap. And so we'd probably classify that second time through the tune, the way I played it, as a slow strathspey, which is another very beautiful, lyrical, expressive kind of tune. So yeah, and you can also, I've heard this played as a reel, I've heard it played as a march. There's so many different ways you can play it because it's in 4/4, and 4/4 tunes are flexible like that. So are 6/8, but in different ways. That will be another video. Okay, so we're gonna learn it first as a slow air because that's kind of the simplest melodic form of the tune. And then we're gonna fill in those extra little notes and turn it into a slow strathspey so you can get the idea of how that process goes, not just for this tune, but for any other tune that you wanna try it on. All right, so here we go. We're in D major, 2 sharps. And this is one of those tunes, it happens with a lot of slow tunes, airs and waltzes, that rather than going dance form, part 1, part 2, part 1, ending, like we've done in so many other tunes of the month, you actually have 4 phrases, phrase 1, phrase 2, phrase 3, phrase 4, and they kind of continue all the way through to give us that beautiful flowing journey. All right, so we'll do it by phrase. Here's the first phrase, sounds like this. Yeah, and it's so simple, just play it right with me. Ready? And... Notice it has 4 big pulses, and as with all things in 4, the beats go strong, weak, medium, weak. And you notice my bowing is what's really helping me do that. I'm going down low on the strong beats, strong, up bow for weak, medium is down bow, weak is up bow. So you feel those 4 big pulses? Do it with me. Ready? And strong, weak, medium, weak. Good. And you notice this is all kind of based on a D chord, right? There's my D, that's the root of the whole tune. And I have my low 5th down here, 5th root, weak. I have a little neighbor, back down to the 5th. Yeah, good. If you need that first phrase a couple more times, just rewind this video. I'm going on to phrase 2, which is basically the same idea, only instead of using a D chord, we're going to use an E minor chord. So find your E up here and then the low 5th. It sounds like this. Yeah, do it again. Notice the bowing, strong, weak, this down, medium, weak. And we end up back at a D chord by the end there. Do it again. E minor, strong, weak, medium, weak. Yeah, one more time. Phrase 2, E minor. Good. If you need more repetitions of that, of course, rewind. I'll play with you as many times as you need. Now we're going to go on to phrase 3, and this is where it really kind of opens up. We're back to D major, and we're going to use a D major arpeggios. Yeah, and this is where it really soars up high, gives us that beautiful, like, taking flight kind of feel. All right, notice I have the same bowing going on. Strong, weak, medium, weak. And yes, when the pitches move, some of those will end up being slurs. That's okay. It's not good to think so much in these expressive tunes about, oh, this is a 2-note slur, this is a 3-note slur. You'll be much better off if you feel those beats, right? The strong, weak, medium, weak. We've talked about this in past tune of the months. It really comes into play here. Here we go. D major. This is the third phrase. Nice. So how I feel that, notice I am using a fourth finger here because it's an expressive tune. I might want to vibrate that. If I just use the open string, I can't vibrate. Sometimes I'll even do it as a double stop. Here I'm playing both my open A and my fourth finger A together. So I can vibrate the fourth finger. Yeah, try it. Yeah, so you notice the bottom of that D major arpeggio, that's all our evens team fingers, 2 and 4. Now as we go into the top octave, we're going to switch to odds team. And a little up the scale. Yeah, one more time, phrase 3. And lots of people decorate this little guy. All right, that's a little fall. And it lands me back on my D for the start of phrase 4. Let's try that phrase 3 with a little tail, a little decoration on the end there. Here. Yes, and we're ready to start phrase 4. It sounds like this, the ending. Yeah, notice I'm taking a few more bows here. And that gives it a little bit of extra momentum. I could slur it strong, weak, medium, weak. A lot of people bow it like that. Let's try it again with that bowing. Ready, and strong, medium. I just said totally the wrong words. Do it again. Strong, weak, medium, weak. Yeah, all right. So hopefully you're already catching that melody, how it goes. But in case not, let's just check it for a second. There's a little, at the beginning here, I like to call it a musical palindrome. Here's the same thing going down as coming up. So I'm on my D, my root. I'm going to skip down and my open string and right back up to where I came from. Try that again. Strong, weak. Now jump down. And that's just mi, re, do. All right, so a little palindrome and then a decorative mi, re, do to go down and finish. Let's try that whole ending. Ready, and strong, weak, mi, re, do. There you go. Now, if you want to add a little extra momentum at the beginning of that section, you can take those extra bows. So we're going to go strong and weak, and then back to slow bows. Medium and weak. Ready? Do it with me. Strong, move, and medium, weak. Yeah, and you feel I can use a little more bow and move it a little faster on the beginning of that ending if I use the momentum bowing. Try it again. Momentum bowing. Nice. And so you can use either the strong, weak, medium, weak, the long, slow bows. That's beautiful. Or if you want a little variation, use the momentum bowing where we move a little faster at the beginning of the measure and then we end up back with slow bows. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole A section. Shall we put it all together? Of course, any of these phrases you need to do again, just rewind. It's the magic of the internet. But let's do it. Whole A section. We'll play it twice through. Phrase 1 starts with that very simple D chord. Ready? And 1. gonna open up, D major arpeggio. Keep moving up. Little flourish if you like. Phrase 4 ending, palindrome. Mi, re, do. That's the whole thing, repeat. Take this little double stop if you want. E minor. Phrase 3, open up, D major. Odds T. Little flourish. Ending, palindrome. There you go. That's the whole A section. You can rewind and play it through a bunch of times. Now, usually in Tune of the Month, we talk a lot about patterns, right? This is a D major arpeggio. This is an A minor arpeggio. This is a scale. This is a fragata, right? We have all these little names. For expressive tunes like this, you can work like that. If that's a way that your brain and your ears hear things, great to notice all those little patterns. It's also totally great to do this by your ears, just by your intuition. You can practice singing this tune. You may have heard a lot of fiddlers say to you that if you can sing it, you can play it. Shortest version of that story, but if you know where your fingerboard mapping pretty well, then it is actually true, because you sing it and you know where those pitches are and they just play through. So you can do it by intuition and ear, sing it and play it. You can do it by patterns, think through how it's moving. Ideally, it's going to be a combination of both. But don't be afraid to just sing through the tune and not worry too much about what the exact notes are in a tune like this. Just make the beautiful line happen. All right, we need a B section. Now I got great news for you. This B section is so similar to the A section because a lot of it is the same stuff, just up an octave. Check it out. Here's phrase 1 of the B section, D major. Sound familiar? It's the exact same thing as phrase 1 of the A section, only up the octave. Now, listen, I'm putting in a couple of little ornaments. We've talked about lots of ornaments in past Tunes of the Month, and I'm sure you have a lot in your personal arsenal of tricks. And the exact ornaments don't really matter. You just want them to be quick and light and beautiful. They should be just little flourishes that don't detract from the melody. Let's try it. Phrase 1, B section. So I used even different ornaments that time than the first time, but anytime you have a long note, like right here, I like to do a little roll. And here's nice for a little pull-off. Right? So you can try different things, little pull-offs, little hammer-ons, as long as they're very delicate and gentle so they don't detract from the tune. Try it again, phrase 1. Put in your own favorite tasteful little ornaments. Very nice. Are you bowing strong, weak, medium, weak? And you may have noticed I'm using a 4th finger there. That's to make it really smooth. Because if I cross strings, I risk the bump of the string crossing. So 4th finger can be a lot smoother and more expressive. Very good. Guess what happens for phrase 2? You're right. Same as the A section, only an up an octave. So find your E minor chord. Yeah, and that's another situation where I might double my 4th finger and my open E there so I can vibrate, right? Find the thing that sounds the smoothest and the most beautiful for your playing. Is it open string? Is it just 4th finger? Is it maybe a little bit of both? Try it, E minor chord. And ending up back on D. Try it again, phrase 2. Very good. It's good practice taking things up an octave, isn't it? All right, here we go. Phrase 3. This is a little different from the A section. Sounds like this. Yeah, try it again. Very pretty, isn't it? Starts with down the scale. I'm up here on the 3rd of my D major arpeggio. Little palindrome, skip up, and you end up where you started. Yeah, try it again. Down the scale. Odds team skip. Here's your open string jump up. And finish where you started on the 3rd. Very nice. Of course, you can decorate that with little ornaments. Let's try it. Strong, weak, medium, move. Yeah, notice I have a little momentum bowing in there. Try one more time. Strong, weak, now momentum, move, move, move. Good. Now we need to sneak a little up bow in here. And we're ready for phrase 4, which is exactly the same as the A section. We call it a cloud ending. Same thing, palindrome. Mi, re, do. Hey, isn't that nice when the same ending comes back? I call it a cloud ending, as you know if you've hung out with me in Tune of the Month or other capacities, because my first fiddle teacher used to draw a cloud around the ending part of the A section and the ending part of the B section so we could see that it's the same. Yes! So you have the whole B section. Hey, it's basically the same as the A section, right? Phrase 1, same thing up an octave. Phrase 2, same thing up an octave. Phrase 3, a little different because we got to do something interesting. And then phrase 4, the ending, cloud ending, identical. Let's try it. Whole B section. Ready? D chord. Strong. Weak. Medium. Weak. E minor chord, second phrase. Phrase 3, down the scale. Skip up. Ending. Nice, repeat. Try some ornaments if you like. E minor chord. And that's the whole B section. You have the whole tune as an air. Very nice. If you want to put both those sections together, you can just rewind all the way back to the beginning of this video and play it through with me. That's the nice thing about slow airs, right? You don't have to wait and work it up to tempo to play with the performance version of this tune. You can just dump right in. Keep feeling those bowing. Strong, weak, medium, weak. We're going to need it in a second. When we start the slow strathspey version, it becomes really important. You can also try putting in any little ornaments anywhere you like. Again, just make sure they're quick and light and gentle so they don't interfere with the beautiful melodic lines of this tune. That's the most important thing. I've heard versions of this tune without a single ornament in them that were just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful because the bow was so smooth and the phrase was so continuous. So you don't need ornaments to make it sound good. You need beautiful, smooth, strong, weak, medium, weak flow. All right, so you could just play it as an air and be done and enjoy it for the rest of your life. But let's say you wanted to do the slow strathspey version. Basically, what's going to happen, we're going to keep the same structure, phrase 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's still the same tune. So This first phrase of the A section is still D chord. We're just going to fill in a couple little notes and rhythms to make it feel a little more strathspey-y. That's my phrase 1. Yeah, so notice, it's still based on this D chord, but I'm now going to fill that in. Find that little palette, little tonal palette, right? D major chord. Yeah, try that with me. Yeah, notice my bowing. Strong, weak, medium, weak, strong, right? And I can have little variations in the bowing, but I'm feeling strong, weak, medium, weak. Now, based on how I said that, while I was playing, you maybe noticed a big difference between the air version and the slow strathspey version. In the air, we had a big strong, weak, medium, weak. Check it out. Strong, ooh, strong, weak, and medium, and weak. And in the slow strathspey, we're going to kind of double that rhythm. Strong, weak, medium, weak, strong, weak, medium. Do you feel how the pulses, the rate of pulse has doubled? Now, that doesn't mean the tune's going any faster. We're just feeling the stronger beats, right? Feeling it in 1, 2, 3, 4, rather than in 1, 2, and 1, and 2, right? We feel it in 2 as the air. We're feeling it in 4 as the strathspey. We get a few extra pulses. Great thing to notice. All right, let's do that phrase 1 again as a slow strathspey, feeling it in 4. Strong, medium. Nice. Here comes phrase 2, E minor. We're going to handle the same way. All right, so here, that would be our E chord. We're going to fill in with the upper neighbor. Try that. Yeah, try it again. And then our D chord. Right? You hear how? That is a D major arpeggio. And we finish on the E note. Yeah, put it all together. Phrase 2, slow strathspey. Strong. Yeah, one more time. Nice. I'm going to play it one more time, and I'm going to play a couple little pickups to connect into the next phrase. See how I do this. Right, this is the official end when I land on that E note, but I gotta get my way back to the D. So try that with the little connector. Yeah, and here comes phrase 3. Everybody's favorite phrase, at least it's mine. So it starts with a little up the scale. And I am using a drone with my A, getting that double stop. If I take that out, Now notice my bowing. I'm sure you already did that. I'm not just playing the same beautiful smooth bowing. I'm using what's called a brush stroke here. A little bit, it's an off the string bow stroke. My bow is going to start in the air. I brush the string. And notice that my bow in the air is tracing like a beautiful smiley face. If I just drop the bow, it's going to crash. And it sounds like splat, splat, splat. Instead of bum, bum, bum. It's a really beautiful decorative bow stroke that is used sometimes in strathspeys, sometimes in fast reels too, but I love it like this. So try that D major scale with a brush stroke. And when I land, notice I'm back on the string. It's really just 3 brushes. Down, up, down. It's 4. Down, up, and then landing on the string. Try that again. D major scale. Brush. Land on the string. Nice. If you're feeling good about that, go ahead and add in the double stop. It's just droning your open A string. Nice. And then we finish with the D major arpeggio, right? Little pickup, D major. Yeah, try that whole phrase 3. D major scale with a brush stroke. Pick up D major arpeggio to land on the top. Ooh, my singing's terrible. Let's play it. Nice! One more time, phrase 3. Good. Here comes the ending. All right, so that sounds like it's skipping around a lot. Remember that this was in the air form, it's that little palindrome, right? And then mi, re, do. So the strathspey decoration is based on that, right? So rather than, we're going to add in the 3rd. And it's, some people call this a cascade or a waterfall, where I'm going 3rd, root, decorate, bum, ba, bum, where I'm kind of daisy chaining through those. And I actually took it all the way into the mi, re, do part because it just falls naturally. Try that again with a little cascade. Now the mi, re, do's, this time we're going to go all the way, all the fa. Yeah, it's just up and down the scale. Up the scale, back down. There we go. And remember, this is a cloud ending, this phrase 4. So it's going to come back in the B section. The time you spend to figure this out is going to be well invested because we'll need it in just a minute in the B section. Let's try it again. Ending. Up the scale and back down. Nice. Now notice I'm kind of bowing that again with the strong, weak, and medium. Sometimes I take a little separate bow in order to get me up bow for the weak beat, right? That's going to take us back to the A section, so I make sure that I'm going to end this up bow, whatever I need to do to get there. Let's try it again. This is the ending. We're going to cascade down and then up and down the scale to finish. Ready? Up the scale. And finish up bow. Yeah! One more time, cloud ending. Nice, and this is going to take us back to the whole thing. Let's do it. Phrase 1, D major. Phrase 2, E minor. D chord, D chord. Here's phrase 3, brush stroke. D Phrase 1, D major. Phrase 2, E minor. D chord, brush stroke. Ending. And we're going to be ready for the B section. That's the whole A as a slow strathspey. Nice job. So again, notice I switch some bowings around sometimes. That's okay. You can do it too. I don't have one bowing that I play for this. And if you watch videos of the folks who have famous versions of this tune, go on YouTube and watch, you already are on YouTube, stay on YouTube and watch Buddy McMaster play this. There are so many versions of him playing this on YouTube, and he bows it a little differently every time. Same thing with Natalie, little different every time. But what all of the versions have in common is that they're making this feel strong, weak, medium, weak. And occasionally a medium beat may go up bow, right? But you have to compensate for the sound. We still have to feel it as medium, right? So you put a little more juice in that up bow. You want to be very careful about weak beats going down bow. If you do go down bow on a weak beat, be very gentle so we don't feel it getting accented. We need to feel it weaker than the other things around it. That's what strong, weak, medium, weak is all about. It's the relative importance of these pulses. And when we feel that, that's what gives us the flow. All right, so here we go. We need a B section in slow strathspey form. Now, we know from the air that the B section first two phrases are basically the same as the A section first two phrases. Now, the air really highlights that. The strathspey version, because it's kind of like a little variation. In fact, some people don't even call this a strathspey version. They just say it's the air variation. We're going to use that variation part to create a little more interest. So check out how I'm going to decorate this D major part. Oh, it's so beautiful. Try it again with me. Triplet thing going on, don't I? So D major, triplet, third, and triplet. Now here's D major, down the scale, finish. Yeah, try that, ready? And triplet, third, and triplet, D major. Yeah, one more time, phrase 1. Triplet, triplet. Yeah, and you see the bowing I've got for that really brings out the strong, weak, medium, weak. I slur my strong, strong. The triplet's a weak, I'll go up bow, weak. Here's medium down bow. The triplet is weak, up bow. Now I have my flow bowing, strong, weak, medium. And then the pickup to the next one is going to go up bow. Try that again. Ready? Strong, weak, medium, weak, strong, weak, medium. Nice. I'm going to go into the E minor. I'm going to play a little pickup. It's so nice. So do you hear how this is a variation? We're really bringing out that E minor chord. Yeah. All right. So E minor arpeggio. It's actually an E minor 7th if you add that all odds team. 1 and 3s. Now a little chromatic neighbor tone. Yeah, chromatic means I'm gonna reach my third finger way up high for a D sharp. Now a little broken thirds. Yeah, so there are really a couple distinct parts to that. Notice my bowing too. This is another bowing that is designed to work with strong, weak, medium, weak, and the strathspey rhythm. And those of you who have followed Tune of the Month bowings, you notice that that's what I call the big little bowing. I'm going to slur big amount of bow. Then here I'm going to go separate, little. The next big's going to go up bow for the weak, big, little. Now it's down bow, big, little, big. So do you see the big littles reverse direction each time? Down, little, up, little, down, little, up. Do you see that big, strong, weak, medium, weak bowed in there? Try it with me. E minor arpeggio, strong, little, chromatic neighbor tone, broken thirds, and finish. Yeah, try it again. Phrase 2, E minor. Nice, and notice the smaller you make your littles, the smaller amount of bow, the better it's going to sound. Try it again. Ready? E minor, phrase 2. Nice. All right, so here comes phrase 3. Yeah, all right. Make sure I start the same way. It has a little pickup. Okay, so these is where your technical patterns come in handy. So this guy, if you follow Tune of the Month, you'll notice that that's a, we call it a frere Jacques, or are you sleeping? But it's actually backwards. I'm starting on the third, so I call it Jacques frere. Jacques frere, sleeping are you? Now same pattern, but with a little skip in it. And now we're gonna walk down the mi, re, do, but we're gonna put the 5th in between. Yeah, you see that? D major. And finish with a little D major arpeggio. Okay, let's go back and put that all together because it can sound like a lot when you think through every little thing carefully. Jacques frere. Little cascade D major arpeggio. And finish with the D arpeggio. Nice, not so bad. Do it again, Jacques frere. Yeah, now notice I'm back to my flow bowing. Flow, medium, weak, strong, weak, medium, weak. Yeah, do it with me. Flow that bowing. Strong, weak, medium, weak, strong, medium, weak. Yeah, and where we just landed here, we're at our cloud ending, the cascade. Remember that guy? Try one more time, cloud ending, cascade. Yeah, and you have got a couple little ornaments in there. Now, for the air time through, you've got all the time in the world. Those big long notes, you can use pretty much any ornament you like. If you were listening to the ornaments that I was playing as we were putting together this B section, now that we've got more moving notes, I've simplified my ornaments down to things that work well with more moving eighth notes. So hammer-ons. I just hammer-oned the beginning of every one of those phrases, right? Not phrases, but groups of notes. hammer-ons work really, really, really well with this kind of tune, this particular time through Over the Moor. You probably know what a hammer-on is from your past fiddling, or maybe from past Tune of the Months where we've done it in detail. Basically, it's a single grace note from below. If I'm ornamenting this note, that's the hammer-on. I take a step below and just use it to scoop into my melody note. Now, some hammer-ons don't have to be a step. There I have a skip, right? You can totally do that. It's about what sounds good to your ear. So try the skips, try the step. The reason I do that skip is because it's part of the pattern anyway. Why wouldn't I? Right? But try it both ways and see what you like. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the whole B section as a slow strathspey variation form. So let's put it all together. Remember, part 1 is the triplet variation. And now part 2, E minor, the big littles. Big little, big little. Now the Jacques Frères. D major, clouded. Good, triplet. Big little. And when you finish here, you can resolve down to the D and let your bow float away. Yeah, that's the whole B section. Now, that by far, in the version that I play, that B section is the most active melodically of any other part. It is because we're using the extra notes to create more variation than we've used anywhere else. That's what helps the tune feel like it's growing as you go. But you may want to rewind the video and do a few of those sections over a few times so you get comfortable with the patterns. And of course, this is a variation, right? I play it very close to how I grew up listening to Natalie and Buddy McMaster play it. And so that's really in my ears and my soul, that's how I play it. But you might hear another version of this, or you might already know another version of this that you really love, and the little decorations, little variations are slightly different. That's great, go with those. You might even make up some of your own variations and reshape how you're playing through those arpeggios or those cascades. This is totally about, it's an expressive tune, it's about personal expression and finding the most beautiful way for you to play it. I give you a lot of ideas in terms of the notes, of course, but mostly I'm interested in this bowing and interested in ideas of like how to put some different ornaments in, because that will be a lot of your personal taste. So I encourage you, as always, to explore these ideas, not just in this tune, but then maybe take them over to another slow air that you love to play and see if you can strong weak, medium weak your bow if it's in 4/4. See if you can add some extra ornaments. And see what might you do if you wanted to turn it into a slow strathspey or a more moving air variation, whichever way you want to call it. All right, I hope you guys love this tune as much as I do. Like I said, it's the first slow expressive tune I ever learned off of a recording. And I think it took me about a month to do it because I didn't really know how to learn by ear at that time, but I knew I had to play this tune. So if you're in that boat, welcome to the club. You'll play it for so many more years. I have been playing, I guess it's about a quarter century I've been playing this tune, and hopefully many more quarters to come. If you enjoyed this tune of the month, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can hear when next month comes out. You can also, if you'd like to see sheet music for this or any future tunes of the month, the way to get that is to be on my email newsletter. The folks that I stay in touch with regularly, I send out an email every month saying hello and include the my handwritten version of this tune as an extra bonus. So if you're already signed up for that newsletter, you already have this in your inbox. And if you haven't signed up yet, go to my website, www.mariblack.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter, stay in touch, and get all future Tune of the Month sheet music coming to you as well. Hope you enjoy this tune. Go explore beautiful, slow, expressive bows and playing and phrases and juiciness, and I will see you back here next month for another tune. Bye!